Hello and welcome back to me trying to figure out what is the best part of my house to record sound in. So what that means is I'm on the floor again. I don't think I mentioned that I'm on the floor, but I'm on the floor like a good 50% of the time recording voiceovers. Um, and I really don't want to be on the floor right now. I'm so tired. I had a bit of a weird art day, by which I mean I spent all day being like, no, I don't know what to draw. I think I could draw that, and then as soon as I decided to like try a thumbnail, I realized I had nothing. I had literally no idea. I didn't even know what I thought I knew. It was a disaster. Um, so in the end, I just kind of puttered around all day until like 2 a.m. And then I started it, and it took like 35 minutes, and it was not. I don't know if I love it, but I do think I did some interesting stuff with like. I decided I was gonna just try out brushes I haven't used in a while, so or have never used. So I hadn't used the reed brush in a while, which is like a default brush, but they're all on the ones I use for this are all on the organic page, which is a weird one. Um, so for the lines here, I'm using the reed brush, which I have used in the past, like a long time ago. I like that it kind of looks like line art, but it's like really messy. And later on, I'm going to use a few more. One of them is like essentially a cross hatching brush, and I use that. But I tapered it. I made it so that it tapers both size and opacity. And I'm nervous around changing settings because I'm worried I'm going to mess it up. So I made a copy to do that. And I also use, there's like two ones that are like flowers or leaves that I use later on, which if you looked at the thumbnail, you probably can tell, just to like fill out the space. I was going for a more semi-realistic style, which is that I didn't want to figure out how to do this angle with really large eyes, so I didn't. So yeah, it was mostly a kind of brush experiment, but I also did kind of work on making sure wavy hair comes across in like a bun, because I did want to have wavier hair. Yeah, it's not much of an idea, but I really struggled to find it. um, so I thought about colors, but then I realized I couldn't deal with colors. It was like 2:30 a.m. I couldn't deal with colors anymore today. Um, so I'm just kind of doing a bit of a monochrome piece this week. Uh, yeah, I all my ambition went into like doing a slightly odd angle. All my ambition was like her head, it will be raised. um, but here I am kind of figuring out the hair bun because I always put the hair off until as late as I can do that. Um, Here I am, fiddling with her hairline and figuring out how I want to do her hair. I decided to just block it in and erase out the highlights. And it doesn't end up mattering that much because I covered a lot later on. Not all of it, but a lot of it. And yeah. I don't do a paint over, of course, because this is like a simple little sketch thing. But I do kind of take that idea and have a layer on top where I add the hatching brush, which is not called that, but I can't remember what it's called. Oh god. Yeah, I clicked the wrong thing, so I accidentally selected everything before I fill bucketed it, and now it's yeah, it doesn't matter in the end. But like here I am using those two different flowers, although I do go back and add a bit more of the one because I use one near where her hair is. There's a little more intense of a highlight, and I use the other one, which I feel is like more interestingly shaped around the rest. It's just I wanted to kind of break her out of the background. And here I add a layer on top with the same kind of brushes, just with white over top of it, like she has kind of like almost like a wreath in her hair, or not a wreath, like maybe it is a wreath. I don't know how you say that. But yeah, I wanted to kind of make it more interesting. Here I am using the kind of hatching brush that I talked about earlier. I'm using it really small here, and then I do make it larger to do some of it. But here I'm adding some of the white to kind of cover up where I had messier lines than I wanted, and just kind of refine it. I add a little bit more to the hair over there, like she has like a little bit of a hairnet from the wreath. I was just using it mostly for like interesting texture, and visual interest, because I wasn't gonna have like color interest. So I'm about coming up at the end here. Yeah. Hope you enjoyed.